Have you ever found yourself waiting for the perfect moment to manifest your desires, constantly hoping that one day things will magically align? What if I told you that the key to manifesting your dreams isn't about waiting at all? It's about living as though it's already done? Imagine waking up tomorrow and stepping into a reality where all your wishes have already been fulfilled. The house, the job, the relationships, the abundance, everything you desire is already yours. Sounds unbelievable, right? But the truth is, this is the secret to manifestation, living in the end, not waiting for it to happen. What if, instead of constantly checking for signs or waiting for some miracle, you embraced the truth that you are the creator of your reality? That by simply assuming your desires are already fulfilled, you shift your mindset and align with the world you want to create. In this message, I'll share with you the powerful principle of living as though God has already answered, and how embracing this mindset can transform your life, your results, and the way you manifest your deepest desires. Ready to step into your power and create the life you truly want? Let's dive in. The law of assumption and the law of attraction are often discussed in spiritual and manifestation circles, but they operate on different principles. The law of assumption focuses on living as though your desire is already fulfilled, immediately claiming what you wish to manifest in your reality. Unlike the law of attraction, which emphasizes the need to align your vibration and wait for the universe to bring your desires to you, the law of assumption works on the premise that you already possess what you desire. When you operate from the law of assumption, you are not waiting for the universe to deliver anything. Instead, you are consciously appropriating what already exists within your own consciousness. It's about recognizing that everything you desire already exists in the realm of infinite possibility, and your task is simply to assume it is yours. You align your mindset, emotions, and actions with the belief that your desire is already a reality. For example, if a man assumes he is wealthy now, he naturally begins to make decisions, take actions, and seize opportunities that align with his assumed state of wealth. His opportunities flow effortlessly because he has already mentally claimed that abundance, causing the outer world to conform to his inner assumptions. In contrast, the law of attraction requires a focus on vibrational alignment and external manifestation, but the law of assumption declares it is done now. By living from the end, we accelerate the process of manifestation, creating our reality in the present moment, rather than waiting for external circumstances to change. The power of manifestation lies not in wishful thinking, but in the clarity and consistency of the mental images we create. Mental scenes are the bridge between your inner assumption and outer reality. One of the most effective ways to impress your subconscious mind is by constructing a vivid done scene, a short, emotionally charged moment that clearly implies your desire has already been fulfilled. This scene should be rich in sensory detail. Imagine holding the check with your name on it. Hear a friend saying, "Congratulations." Feel the excitement in your chest, the smile on your face. These are not just fantasies, they are acts of creation. Your subconscious doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination. It simply accepts the feelings you consistently feed it. Repetition is key. Loop the same short scene over and over until it feels real. Do it at night before sleep or in quiet moments during the day. This repetition imprints the scene onto your subconscious, transforming it into your dominant assumption. Avoid overcomplicating the process. Jumping between different visualizations weakens the impact. One clear, simple scene, replayed faithfully, is more powerful than scattered images that lack emotional consistency. Remember, it's not about how real it looks with your physical eyes, but how real it feels in your emotional body. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the secret. When your mental scene becomes your inner truth, your outer world will respond in kind. Creation begins within. Let your mental scenes lead the way. The subconscious mind is the gatekeeper to our reality. It shapes our beliefs, habits, and experiences. Understanding its power is key to manifestation, as it operates silently but strongly, beneath our conscious awareness. One of the most potent times to influence the subconscious is before sleep. During this period, the conscious mind is relaxed and the subconscious becomes highly receptive. This is the ideal time to implant your desires, programming your mind with the assumption of fulfillment. The key to successful sleep programming lies in emotion. It's not enough to simply think about what you desire. You must feel it as real and natural. The subconscious responds to feelings of naturalness rather than forced excitement. For instance, if you wish for financial abundance, imagine yourself living freely with money, not with anxiousness or desperation, but with the ease and confidence that comes from already having it. This feeling of ease convinces the subconscious that your desire is already fulfilled. Consistency is crucial when working with the subconscious mind. Persist past doubt and fleeting thoughts. The subconscious does not respond to fleeting or inconsistent assumptions. It yields to repeated and consistent beliefs that align with your desires. If you consistently assume a certain state, such as being wealthy, healthy, or successful, the subconscious will gradually accept that as your reality and shape your outer circumstances accordingly. Ultimately, the subconscious mind is a powerful force that shapes our lives, but it responds best to consistent, emotionally charged assumptions that feel true. By understanding this and using sleep programming, emotion, and persistence, you can begin to rewire your mind for the life you desire. The concept of opposing reality often creates confusion and doubt when it comes to manifestation. We look at our current circumstances, see them as they are, and wonder how our desires can possibly come true when reality seems so far from our desired outcome. The truth is, current reality is outdated. What you see in the present moment is simply the echo of past assumptions. It's a reflection of your previous beliefs and states of consciousness. Just as you look at a photograph of yourself and see a past version, the reality you perceive today is the result of beliefs you've already held. One of the most important principles to grasp is that you don't need to worry about the how of manifestation. Just as you didn't plan your birth or control the details of your growth, trust your inner consciousness or God to handle the how. Once you have assumed the feeling of your desire as already fulfilled, the universe, your consciousness, will take care of the details, orchestrating events and opportunities to match your assumption. For example, a woman who was sick assumed perfect health every day. Despite medical tests showing her condition as chronic, she lived in the consciousness of already being healthy. Eventually, her doctors labeled her miraculous recovery as spontaneous, but it was the natural result of her consistent assumption of health. The external world had no choice but to reflect her inner assumptions. Remember, the illusion of opposing reality is just the mind's projection of past beliefs. If you change those beliefs, the world must change with them. In the process of manifestation, silence is power. When you constantly talk about your desire, seeking opinions, validation, or support, you unintentionally scatter your focus and dilute the energy behind your assumption. The most powerful manifestations often come from a place of quiet inner conviction, not external discussion. Your desire is sacred. Treat it as such. Avoid over-talking your dreams, not because others are against you, but because the energy of creation is subtle and sacred. Speaking too soon can expose your desire to doubt, skepticism, or even your own wavering beliefs. Silence preserves the creative energy needed to nurture your assumption into full manifestation. True manifestation doesn't require outer validation. When you genuinely know it is done, you won't feel the need to check for proof or talk about it for reassurance. You'll rest in the calm confidence that what you have assumed in consciousness must manifest in reality. This inner knowing is more powerful than any visible sign. There's deep wisdom in the biblical verse. When you pray, enter into your closet, and when you have shut the door, pray to your Father in secret. Matthew 6:6. The closet is your inner self, the place of imagination and quiet faith. Shutting the door means blocking out distractions and doubt, and communing silently with your fulfilled desire. In that sacred inner space, assume your wish is fulfilled. Let your conviction grow in silence. The outer world will catch up, but by then, your inner knowing will already be unshakable. One of the most common traps in manifestation is the habit of constantly checking for results, looking for signs, outcomes, or evidence to confirm that your desire is manifesting. While it may seem harmless, this behavior actually reveals an underlying energy of doubt, not faith. It's like planting a seed and then digging it up every day to see if it has started to grow. That very act interrupts the natural process. Obsessing over the outcome delays manifestation because it signals to your subconscious that you don't truly believe it's already done. Instead of living in the assumption of fulfillment, you're living in the state of waiting and uncertainty, which creates more waiting. The solution: assume it is already done, then lovingly release it. Go on with your life. Distract yourself with activities that bring you joy, peace, and creative flow. This doesn't mean ignoring your desire. It means trusting the process so deeply that you no longer feel the need to monitor it. Understand the difference between signs and obsession. Synchronicities, those moments when things align perfectly, are natural confirmations that you're in tune with your assumption. But they are not the goal. Don't chase signs. Let them come naturally as echoes of your inner conviction. True faith doesn't need to check. It knows. And when you can reach that quiet, confident state of inner knowing, your manifestation flows with ease. Trust the seed you've planted. Water it with belief, not worry, and it will bloom right on time. A subtle but powerful shift in manifestation comes from understanding the difference between thinking of your desire and thinking from it. When you think of something such as "I want to be loved," you're actually reinforcing the absence of it. You're observing your desire from a distance, which keeps it in the future, always just out of reach. In contrast, thinking from means embodying the state of already having your desire. Instead of saying, "I want to be loved," you affirm, "I am adored." You assume the role and mindset of someone who is already experiencing that reality. This inner shift creates powerful changes in your subconscious and influences your outer world. To know whether you're thinking of or from, ask yourself, if this were already true, what would I be thinking, feeling, and doing? If you were already in the loving relationship, how would you carry yourself? What kind of thoughts would you entertain? What would your daily choices look like? Then begin to live in alignment with that version of yourself. Speak, walk, plan, and feel from the fulfilled state. The more naturally you can live from your desired outcome, the faster the world around you will reflect that state. Manifestation is not about wishing for a new reality. It's about becoming the person who already lives in it. When you think from the end, you're no longer hoping, you're living. And that is where true transformation begins. The power of "I am" statements lies in their ability to directly shape your reality. In Scripture, God declares, "I am that I am," Exodus 3:14, showing us that "I am" is not just a statement, it is a creative force. When you use "I am" in your affirmations, you are aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe, tapping into the same essence that shapes all reality. By attaching your desires to "I am," you are claiming them as your truth. For example, instead of saying, "I want prosperity," say, "I am prosperous." This shifts your focus from a state of lack to one of abundance, immediately affirming your desire is already fulfilled. "I am" statements act as declarations of being, and your subconscious accepts them as truths. It's also important to avoid negations. Saying, "I am not poor," still focuses on poverty. The subconscious mind doesn't respond to the negation of lack, but to the presence of abundance. State the positive. "I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am successful." These positive statements reinforce the reality you want to create. The key to effective "I am" statements is embodying them. Speak these affirmations until they feel like facts, not wishes. As you repeat them with conviction, your mind will begin to believe them. Eventually, your actions, thoughts, and opportunities will align with the truth you've planted. The power of "I am" is the key to manifesting a life that mirrors your inner beliefs. When manifestations seem delayed, it's easy to feel frustrated or doubt the process. However, delays are often signs that there are hidden blocks, unconscious beliefs or assumptions that are standing in the way of your desire. For example, you may consciously affirm, I am wealthy, but subconsciously believe, I don't deserve this, or money is hard to come by. These contradictory beliefs create inner conflict, slowing down or blocking manifestation. To move forward, revise these unconscious assumptions. Reprogram your mind by assuming the feeling of being worthy of your desires without guilt or doubt. Another important factor is divine timing. Some desires need a bridge of incidents to manifest. This means there are unseen steps or events that need to align before the physical manifestation occurs. It's like building a bridge. You cannot see the end result from the start, but every step taken builds upon the last until the bridge is complete. Trust that your desire is already unfolding in perfect timing, even if you can't see it yet. The universe, or your inner consciousness, is arranging everything for you behind the scenes. If you feel stuck, ask yourself whether to persist harder or revise your assumption. If the old assumptions are still holding strong, be more consistent and persistent in your belief. If there's doubt, revise your assumption to one that aligns more closely with what you desire. Keep faith, stay focused, and trust that every step you take, no matter how invisible, is bringing you closer to your manifestation. The ultimate goal of manifestation is not just about attracting material possessions or specific outcomes. It's about recognizing your true power as the creator of your own reality. The real prize is understanding that you are God, consciousness, in human form, the creative force behind everything you experience. When you tap into this awareness, you realize that you are not separate from the divine. You are it. This realization shifts your entire perspective on life. In this light, the concept of praying to an external God changes. No longer do you need to beg or plead for your desires. You are the answer to your own prayers. Prayer becomes an alignment, a means of connecting with your inner state and affirming that what you desire already exists within you. Instead of asking for something outside yourself, you recognize that you already have it within your consciousness, and your task is to bring it into form through belief and assumption. When you master the art of assumption, life becomes a joyful co-creation. You no longer feel like a passive participant in life, but an active creator. Every thought, feeling, and action aligns with your deepest desires. Manifestation flows effortlessly because you have moved beyond trying to control external circumstances. Instead, you've embraced the truth that the outer world is simply a reflection of your inner state. As a creator, you move through life with a sense of freedom, knowing that you have the power to shape your reality with every assumption you make. Thank you so much for watching. If today's message resonated with you, remember this. You don't have to wait for the miracle. You are the miracle. Start living, thinking, and feeling from the place where your desires are already fulfilled. That shift in consciousness is where your true power lies. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a message that uplifts and empowers you. Comment below. I live as though it's already done. Let's affirm it together and inspire others in this amazing community to do the same. And remember, you are not waiting for answers. You're living in them. Keep walking in faith and watch your world transform. Until next time, stay aligned, stay inspired, and keep creating your reality, one powerful assumption at a time.